What's up, everyone? Welcome to a new live stream. Today, I'm going to get straight into this pretty fast. So some news came out this morning before I go to work, and it's just fantastic news. So you guys know that Venom film that everyone's been talking about. You know that pure Venom film that we've all been looking forward to, at least some of us do, and some of us think it's going to suck. I've had my aspirations. I've been pretty excited for it, but this is going to be a little bit of a rant. Again, if you're joining us live, thank you so much. I'll be going through what you guys are saying about this film. And we'll be discussing, too, just some of the things with this, a little bit of rant about Sony and what they're doing with this fucking universe. But also, I want you guys to understand... I want you guys to understand this. If you guys are missing this later, checking it out later, thanks for watching. It means a ton to me. Comment down below. Tell me what your guys' thoughts are on this Venom film. I'm going to try and keep this pretty short as a discussion, but... So, let's get into this. So, Variety posted something today, and my good friend Tyler Tompkins sent this to me and Griffin, and so I went and looked it up. And the more I've just read more on this, the more I've been pissed off about it. So, this is the one part that pisses me off. It's unlikely that Venom will be the first R-rated Sony Marvel movie. Trailers for the film, which recently underwent reshoots in Los Angeles after shooting in Georgia, emphasized the horror movie elements, showing the title's character as he's about to bite a person's head off. But some members of Sony's brain trust believe that the film should push the very limits of PG-13 without crossing over the edge into a higher rating. The feeling is that this will give the studio greater leeway for future installments that will feature Spider-Man, something Venom does not do. Any Spider-Man movie will carry a PG-13 rating because the wall crawler is more family-friendly. If Venom is too dark and gory, it might preclude the other film matchups, not just with Peter Parker's alter ego, but also with other members of the extended MCU. Venom is one of the darker characters in the comics, but Hardy and director Ruben Fleischer are working to inject humor into the story of journalists whose body and mind are taken over by an alien entity. I don't know if this is true, but I'm assuming it is. I remember when the last trailer came out, I posted and said this film will be PG-13. I don't see it being rated R, but it's going to end up being PG-13. It'll probably be a hard PG-13, but it will end up being PG-13. We haven't seen a single Red Band trailer, but we hear all this news of how gory, how bloody this film is going to be at the Comic-Con and stuff like that, but we haven't gotten any of that in any of the trailers, and I feel like the Sony finally going back on it. Sony, the reason I remember when Venom got announced, I was very like, why are you doing this? Then you get Tom Hardy, Ruben Fleischer, you get this fantastic cast on board. I'm like, okay, I'm in. Then I kind of look at this as being like, oh, it's going to be an R-rated type of Marvel film, because this R-rated type of Marvel film tells me something special. It tells me, number one, that you're going to try and copy off the Logan and Deadpool thing. This R-rated thing is working. It's working perfectly fine. It's working, and it's going to be going that route, and it's going to be working that route. And I look at that and I'm like, that's awesome. You're taking a Logan route. You're taking a character study about a character who can be perfectly used into the MCU. Or not even the MCU, but this Venom, and making a character study about him. And I thought that is so cool. You're going to do something awesome with him. The design looks cool. I've liked the design. I didn't like the jokes on the last trailer. The turn in the wind thing. Why? You didn't need that. Like, I liked it, but I didn't. The pancreas part didn't bother me. But I've been very, very anticipating this film because Venom's one of my favorite characters in comic book lore. I think he's such a cool character design. I think Eddie Brock is a fantastic, unique character that it looks like they were getting it right. You have such a fantastic cast, director all on board, and you had a good premise. But now this film is looking to be a turd in the wind. And I mean that. And this has very much dropped a lot of my emphasis. And now, don't get me wrong, I don't think this film needs to be rated R. I don't think it needs to be rated R. But if this is seriously Sony's reason for not having it be rated R, that's stupid. You're doing it because you don't even know if Kevin Feige wants this film in the MCU. You don't know. So why are you even taking that risk? Now, I might eat my words. Maybe I'll watch the film. Maybe Tom Holland shows up and I'm like, okay, it worked. It was good. And maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe in the end of the day, the film didn't need to be rated R. Maybe that's just me being my alter ego. But I feel like this is the film that could benefit from a rated R version of it. Deadpool benefits from it. I've never thought Deadpool should be rated R, but when it got the rated R, I was like, hey, it benefits it. Now you can't go back. Same with Logan. Once we finally got a rated R Wolverine, I'm like, that's awesome. That's the character. It benefited from the rated R, and it made it best and more visceral. Venom's not one of those characters. It's one of those characters that I do think you need a rated R version of it, because the rated R version does help. I think it benefits the character. I think it helps the character a lot. But this is not helping it. This is bullshit. And I mean that. And don't get me wrong, I think Sony has put out some fantastic films. I think Sony has done some great things, but this is the same drama we had with The Amazing Spider-Man and why that franchise didn't work out. And it's just the same thing. I'm kind of getting Fantastic Four feels for this right now with what Fox did with Fantastic Four, and that sucks. That sucks. And, you know, we know Sony's making this Venom-verse, in a sense. This Venom-verse of things where we have Morbius with Jared Leto, which was a cool idea, but now I could care less because it's not going to be rated R most likely. Kraven, great character, not going to be rated R, could care less. Black Cat, Silver Sable, not having their team up film now, it's just going to say, it's just going to be a typical thing now. It's just going to be just them two. And that's where I'm getting down to this is, I get what Sony's doing, but I don't think it's good in the long run. You've been placing this marketing as a rated R film in a sense, or a very hard R, and now you're kind of going to go towards that friendly family thing. Venom is not a family-friendly character. He is a hard R or a hard PG-13, but a very visceral character. And it sucks to see that. I thought they were deviating away to go into this more Logan Deadpool route, and they're not now. And that's what sucks. That is what sucks with this, and it's a huge rant on my part because I'm tired of this. I'm tired of Sony not doing this. They need to grow the balls, need to do this, and bring us this Venom R-rated character. We need this. I'm still excited for this film. I will still be there opening day. But my rant on this is that they're bringing this out. That statement. Now, given that statement is not like directly from a studio rep, this is only stuff that Variety has said. And for all we know, this could be completely wrong. Maybe they do end up being it, but I do think this film will end up being PG-13. I think what's going to happen with this film is I think there's going to be a definitive purpose, because I think Tom Hardy's not happy. I mean, Tom Hardy signed on for something that's probably like Logan. I think that's what got Tom Hardy on, is after he saw Logan, he was probably like, hey, rated R, I can do this. And I think that Tom Hardy's probably not happy. And there's going to be no Disgrace coming out. I think maybe a little bit afterwards. But it sucks to see Ruben Fleischer kind of getting this. It feels like they're pushing that they have to have humor in this. Because the first two trailers did not have any of that humor in it. The second one kind of brought it in. And the first thing, the pancreas, I thought that worked. But the last thing with the turn in the wind, just, no. I'm overly mad with this now. And I want to hear your guys' thoughts. I see a lot of you guys are in the chat right now talking about this. There is so much stuff going on in this movie news today that just... there's so many rants, so many discussions that I could have. And again, I think Sony's a smart studio. I think they've done some pretty damn good things. But just this whole Venom thing is, again, one of the issues with them. This is the reason I think Venom should not have even been touched, because if Venom sucks and they don't introduce it into the MCU, the problem is now we're probably not going to get a Venom in the MCU at all. Because people are going to be, well, confused for the most part. They're going to wait a couple years, and who knows if we'll ever get Venom in there. I think Venom is a good asset. I think he's a good character. I'm praying. I'm hoping. I'm really hoping that this film proves me wrong. I'm really fucking hoping. But let's go to the comments, see what you guys are saying. BC Film says that sucks. Fronto Jano YG's here. Hello. Jacob Juice. Hi, Zach. By the way, congrats on getting 2K. Thank you so much. NBA 73. I'm in Oregon, but I still won't miss your live stream. Thank you. Ryan O'Toole's in here. Devin Pilgrim's in here. It says he needs to be rated R. Tyler Campbell, watch. There will be an unrated cut of Venom on the Blu-ray. I don't even care if there is. Like, I won't care. Technical fuck why. Heather Gonzalez, Bueno Diaz, Zach, how's it going? I'm pretty mad. Terrence, what's up, man? You're awesome. Thank you so much, man. 5-star, what's up, Zachy? Terrence, I'm glad I found your channel. Hey, glad you found it too. Glad we can have this discussion. Dante Law, it needs to be rated R. Again, I think it does need that rated R, but I think since the marketing's built up, now they're just changing what the film is going to be. I've always thought this could be a hard PG-13. It just would benefit from the R rating. After the news trailer, I was excited. Now I'm sad. And and I am too. That's kind of how I am. Devin Plum, just by the description, it sounds like it's going to suck. Yeah. Hector Gall's Tater Master. It's got to be serious. Techniclone PG-13. Why? I wouldn't mind it if it was rated R. It might be a little bit better if it is, but I think it might still be PG-13. I think it will be PG-13, and that's again where I said I think this film would benefit from a damn R rating. It would help. It would give it that more gritty feel, that versatile feel that Deadpool and Logan carry, especially Logan. I think Venom could have been the Logan of this kind of Marvel cinematic thing. But it just, and I get it, the MCU doesn't want R-rated films. That's completely fine. I do not disgrace Kevin Feige for that because he has a thing going for these. But this is why. It's so stupid. Patrick Cal reminds me of when they made the first AVP PG-13. Yep. The only reason I want to see Venom is for the talent behind it alone. Yeah, and that's what kind of still got me excited for it. Fatty Stars, I like how you say bullshit. Thank you. Ronald told Tom Hardy will be better as Bane than as Venom, but it still won't be the saving grace if it's PG-13. You know what's funny though? Like I think Tom Hardy's one of the best actors. I think he's probably gonna end up being probably the best part about this film. I think he's fantastic as Bane. I think he's fantastic as Mad Max. It doesn't matter. The guy always gives 100%. DC films, I don't think Venom should have a cussing or sex, but it should have gore and horror. That's what I think it should have. I don't think there should be cussing. I don't think there should be sex. It's not needed. You know, when you throw a sex scene in a film, I feel like usually it's unnecessary. There's certain films that I do think benefit from it, but most of the time it's that cussing. It kind of depends on what they're emphasizing on it. But yeah, I will still see Venom no matter what the rating is. Yeah, same here. Anthony Jenkins, now I've lost film face in this film. I think a lot of us have. Members movies in here. Speaking of rants, we need to rant about the effing Oscar changes. Yeah, I'm with you, dude. That's so stupid. Another thing to grope about. Technically, I hope it's fake, but since trailers aren't bloody, well, there goes my excitement. See, but no one's really complained about the bloody. Everyone just expected this film to be rated R, and I haven't. Ever since I haven't seen a red band, I agree with you. I really love the Venomverse comics, so I hope Sony doesn't screw it up. Will it be better than Suicide Squad, or will it be worse than Fantastic Four? Okay, I don't think it'll be worse than Fantastic Four, and I do think it'll probably end up being better than Suicide Squad. Honestly, if this film's not going to have that, this is what I want from it, straight up to be. And I think this is all what everyone should want. It's just a good movie. A good movie with a good story and a good, decent plot that has these horror tones, that has this action, that's entertaining and fun. If it has those elements, if it's still a good story and it still works on all those aspects, then I will be fine with this film. I will be completely fine with this film. But hearing about these last minute things just makes me have Suicide Squad and Fantastic Four routes. Austin Birch, Deadpool did benefit from being R-rated, same with Logan, but they didn't have to be rated R. The Dark Knight proves that you can make a very gritty PG-13 movie look great. And that is true. That is very true. Like I said, Venom could still turn out to be great if it's PG-13 or R-rated. But as long as it has a good story and a good element and it has those good acting moments, I think that's what I can still appreciate from this film. That's where I'll still give the saving grace to this movie overall, if it has all that. But I'm not hearing that right now. Tyler Calvis, Disney wants the MCU to get some Oscars, so let's make some new excuse me for some language. Or wait, let's make new categories. My internet is acting ratchet for some reason. Blah blah blah. It's a good category. It looks like a lot of you guys talking about the Oscars. Terrence, you're awesome, and I love your channel. Thank you so much, man, for loving my channel. Love you for watching this. But yeah, that's my rant. This was pretty short. I want to give my rant and inform you guys if you have not heard about this yet. But I'm going to live the saving grace to this. Please, Sony, if you're listening, this is a call to you. Please do what's best for this film. I am hoping that you guys have made a good movie and that you guys have a good story, and maybe you just want to open it up to a wider audience. I can get that. I still think you should take the risk with it being R. This film is still going to open well. But I can tell you right now, if your film does not do well and it feels like it was rushed, your Morbius, your Craven, your Black Cat, your Sable, all those are gone. All of it's gone. You won't be able to make it anymore. Your Venom 2 that you planned, that you've been talking about, won't happen. No need to. We won't get our Carnage because I know Carnage is supposed to be in here, but he'll probably be a cameo, which is fine. But yeah, that's where I'm going to leave it. Again, I think you guys should look into this. The film does not need to be rated R. And that we should just hope for a good movie. But this exact comment, it's unlikely that Venom will be the first R-rated thing. I'm going to read this one more time before I go. It's unlikely that Venom will be the first R-rated Sony Marvel movie. Trailers for the film, which recently underwent reshoots in Los Angeles after shooting in Georgia, emphasized the horror movie elements, showing the title character as he's about to bite a person's head off. But some members of Sony's brain trust believe that the film should push the very limits of PG-13 without crossing over into a higher rating. The feeling is that this will give the studio greater leeway for future installments that will feature Spider-Man, something Venom does not do. Any Spider-Man movie will carry a PG-13 rating because Wallcrawler is more family-friendly. And if Venom is too dark and gory, it might preclude other film matchups, not just with Peter Parker's alter ego, but also with other members of the extended Marvel Cinematic Universe, the MCU. Venom is one of the darker characters in the comics, but Hardy and director Rupert Fletcher are working to inject humor into the story of journalists whose body and mind are taken over by an alien entity. Why? That's where I think this should start at. And that's where I'm going to leave it at. So guys, if you're tuning in later, hit that comment down below. Tell me what your guys' thoughts are on this. Please take into consideration, again, like I said, if this is still a good film, maybe we'll all be eating our words that this didn't need to be rated R, yada, yada, yada. But again, after all the marketing, after all the talk, after the announcement of when this film came out, I wanted that. I see the humor. I don't think the humor is going to be good. I think the humor is going to feel like the humor is going to have some good placements and some not. Because it does have Ruben Fleischer. He did a really good job as Zombieland. But I'm hoping it's humor that's not forced. I hope we get a good story. And I hope just in the end of the day, this is a good film. But again, I can't wait to hear you guys' thoughts on this. So, of course, guys, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. Tell me your thoughts on Venom. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love and appreciate each and every one of you guys. And, of course, until next time, stay classy. You guys all have a great rest of your day.